How you doing, guys? I'm Sean.
Hi, I'm Lynn, and today we're going to talk about the amazing energy of Moldavite.
Okay, guys. Basically, we want to just talk about our own personal experiences working with Moldavite. Now, although we're into the crystals and minerals and things like that, Moldavite is neither. It's actually a tactite. So, I say, if we mention calling it a crystal, then again, you know, don't be sending the police for us. You know, it's just one of them things. But it's a tactite, and it's not a crystal. But the energy from it is fantastic.
Oh my god, the energy of this Moldavite, it's so amazing. I tell you what, if you say that you can't feel energies of crystals, if you get yourself a piece of Moldavite and hold it, you will definitely feel the energy of this, because this stone is like nothing on earth, and literally nothing on earth. It fell to earth possibly around 14 to 15 million years ago by a huge meteorite impact.
Give or take a few weeks.
Give or take a few weeks, yeah. When it hit the earth, apparently the meteorite split into billions of pieces and went all over the Czech Republic. And it's found many miles all over there. Anyway, now everybody will have completely different experiences with Moldavite, so we cannot say to you what you'll experience with it, because you might get totally different experience altogether to what me and Sean have had. But we're going to tell you today a little bit about our experiences about this incredible stone. Now, 15 years ago, I first came across this Moldavite, and my ex-boyfriend, I have to say, actually, he came back from work the one day. He was working at a crystal shop, and he came back and he said, Lynn, he said, I've got this amazing stone. Put it in your hands and meditate for 5 minutes and tell me what you think. Now, I looked at this green stone and I thought, never seen that before. I thought it was like an epidote or something like that. I'd never heard of Moldavite. He never told me what it was. So I meditated for about 5 minutes with it, and oh my god, I felt like I was falling. I was like, brrr. It was the speed at which I felt I was falling was incredible, and I just saw this vast space. And after I said, blimey, what is this stone? I said, I couldn't believe the energy was incredible. I felt a bit breathless with this, and the speed at which I was falling, like when I was meditating in my mind, was incredible. And of course I learned it was Moldavite, and ever since then I've become fascinated with this amazing stone, and over the years we've got quite a few amazing pieces. I've got jewellery, I've got earrings, I've got rings, but I have to say my personal experience with Moldavite is I cannot wear it for too long, because if I wear it more than a couple of hours I feel totally spaced out.
Aye.
And I'm a really airy fairy type of person anyway, like I'm always, hey, hello, like that. So you can imagine me with Moldavite, I was totally high as a kite. And the one day I went to Dublin and I was wearing my pendant, which I absolutely love. And anyway, I never really gave it much thought. I thought I'd put my nice Moldavite on this morning. And I was walking around Dublin and I thought, God, I feel really spaced out here, like, ooh. And it was only when I came back, on the train coming back, I thought, oh my God, it's the Moldavite. And I find now, if I have Moldavite on me for more than a few hours, I find it really overwhelming. So I have to say, although everybody's experience is different, if you're anything like me and your head is up in the clouds, which I am very fairy-like all the time.
My head's on the clouds.
But I'm
6'4".
oh God, you're very grounded, but I can be quite fairy-like all the time. So I find that Moldavite can really enhance that, which is great in small doses, but too much of it, you just be very careful. Also, another thing I do find as well with Moldavite, that it can bring up a lot of issues with me. Now, I'm a really happy, bubbly, positive person, but I find with Moldavite, if I wear it for too long or have it on me for too long, it can bring up a few negative emotions, a lot of stuff from my past. I'll start thinking of things that I'd forgotten completely about, or issues I'd buried deep under the carpet. And I think, why am I suddenly thinking about that? Or some negative thing that happened to me years ago would come up. And then I think, it's the Moldavite, I've got Moldavite on me. So these issues have to come up and be addressed. So Moldavite is a very powerful stone for unblocking a lot of blocked emotions and powerful stuff there. So
100%.
That has to be cleared to move on your spiritual journey, which is brilliant because issues that you've dressed under the carpet come up again for you to address, but you have to be ready for them, and it can be major change in your life. So again, if you're new to Moldavite, please take it in small steps. It's a powerful stone. It really is, isn't it?
Like when Lynn got me, it was about 6 years ago. She introduced me. Lynn's my crystal teacher. I've learned so much about crystals by being with Lynn. She's actually amazing. And she introduced me to Moldavite as well, the crystal, probably 6, nearly 7 years ago. And it was unbelievable. I'm also probably like a typical male. You would try to suppress things. You would just say, oh, no, I'm not going to mention that, and you bury it under the carpet. But with Moldavite, trust me in this, guys, if you sort of suppressed anything, be prepared for it to be brought up through emotions. And as I say, it's not a gentle stone. So as Lynn said, be very, very... Work with it slow, and I say, because it will bring things up, and it's great because it's like everything else. We suppress things in our lives, and it's that's for our own inbuilt safety mechanism because we can't endure the pain or the hurt or anything like that. Moldavite will bring it to the surface, and I have to say, it's probably one of the best cleansing stones that I've ever encountered.
Oh.
And I say, but just be very, very gentle with it. You don't be going mad because you'll read the books and the articles, and there's great articles there and great books on Moldavite and websites, all claiming you could be communicating with the planet, Mickey, Maggie, Moogie, whatever. Like definitely, and I say, there's a thing you'll be watching for when you're looking for it and you're sourcing one. If you haven't got a piece of Moldavite and you're thinking about buying a piece, what we would say is be very careful when you're shopping online. If you go to crystal shops and things like that, there shouldn't really be a problem. You can you'll feel the energy instantly. You just take a bit of time with it, but you'll feel the vibration. But when you're buying online, be very careful because there's a lot of fake Moldavite out there.
And some of the fakes, by looking at, you would not know the difference because they look so like Moldavite. So if you can actually go to a shop and purchase it, that's better still, because believe me, you'll see two pieces, one to be real Moldavite, one to be fake. And you can feel the energy of the real Moldavite. But if you're buying online, which is the main way of actually getting Moldavite, then please be careful because there's so many fakes.
Check people, if you're buying on the like of eBay and things like that, if you're buying from a shop online, a crystal shop, 9 out of 10 times you're going to be fantastic, it's going to be okay. But if you're buying on eBay, now we buy a lot of crystals on eBay and things like that, check the person's feedback. And like, let's face facts, it's a very rare stone. So if somebody's selling a bucket full of Moldavite at a fraction of the cost, and they come from China and things like that, be very, very wary because, as Lynn says, they're made out of glass, broken glass, green glass, and it's just, they're actually shaping it, they're putting a bit of acid on it, the action inside of them, so caution every time.
Now, it's funny, it has such an alien look about it with the wrinkled skin and the dark green. It's incredible, isn't it?
You seen an alien like that?
I've never seen an alien though, but I imagine it could be like wrinkles and green, but no, I've never seen an alien. I have seen a UFO, a big, huge, massive triangle in the 90s, but that's a long time ago, that's another story.
I seen an old man, wrinkled and green, heavy smoker. But that's a different ballgame. It might have been an alien, but who knows. Guys, Moldavite, absolutely amazing.
Incredible.
So guys, if you're going to be using and incorporating Moldavite within your, say you're doing crystal healing, crystal therapy, working on yourself even, how would you actually use Moldavite? Well, treat it like any gemstone, any crystal. Try to intuitively be led on what to do with it. What we would say, if you're working with a client or working with a friend or working on yourself, please lose the dramatics. Don't be run about thinking, oh, Moldavite, if I put 4 pieces of Moldavite in somebody's forehead, they're going to get to where they're getting 4 times quicker. It's not required.
No.
This is a very powerful, high vibrational stone, and we would say, tell you that, like everything else, we're all learning at this. So don't let the ego get the better of you. If you're going to be working with a client, work on yourself first of all. See how you feel with the Moldavite. In fact, don't be putting any crystal or any mineral or any stone onto anybody's body unless you personally can vouch of hard effects to you after working with it. Everybody wants a quick fix. Everybody wants to be a wizard. What we would be saying to you is let's park the ego here. Learn from yourself first of all. Work with your crystals. Work with the vibrations. So let's say you work with the crystals. You work with the vibrations of the Moldavite. You've got a client in, you've got a friend in. Try one piece. See how it resonates with the person. Like we're talking like a very small piece of Moldavite. They would put it in the third eye. It's also drawn towards the heart chakra. But we're great believers is that could go in any chakra point that you feel intuitively drawn to place in. sit with the piece in your hand, hold it, start working with it, and the energies will actually come to you.
Oh, absolutely. Now, if you're working it on yourself, I'd probably advise you to start off with Moldavite, to start off using it during meditation, which is where it's extremely powerful. Now, probably I'd advise probably using it in your meditations for no more than 10 to 15 minutes because it can blow you away. But it's a great one to meditate with. Again, if you want to use it for grounding, I wouldn't recommend Moldavite for grounding for reasons I said earlier about being up in the clouds. And if you want to use it for like enhancing your psychic abilities, your third eye, Moldavite is one of the best minerals you can ever use because that is a powerful one. It will bring up so much, wouldn't it? It really is really powerful.
Yeah. Well, you're working with it. Try to have a piece of black tourmaline for grounding anyway near at hand, and to say work slowly with it, learn from it. But we would certainly recommend you, rather than just going and holding pieces of Moldavite on its own, we've said it time and time again, guys, it's up to you to be responsible and to start, get that jotter, get that notebook, keep the journal, work with it, explore this, learn more about it, and write your own book. Maybe the book is only going to see for you're only going to be the ones who's going to be reading it, but I look back over my journals with the crystals and the minerals that I've been working with, and it's surprising how much we're learning from a simple act of writing down our own experiences. Then we can share their experiences, but certainly black tourmaline would be a good one to have beside you. I'm getting buzzed here. It's hard to explain. You're not going to see it on camera unless we look at the film later and everything's zigzag. But the energy from these here, my hands are buzzing.
Do you know what's really weird? At the moment, I'm holding this Moldavite and have been for the past few minutes, and it's really strange, but my tongue is actually like throbbing. I've never actually had that before in Moldavite. My tongue is throbbing when it's all them together. It's really weird. But you'll see with Moldavite is this crazy stone, isn't it?
So we say it's one of them stones that's going to bring up a lot of emotions. We've touched on that. Trust me, I'd probably be crying my eyes out. Huh?
No.
Or me and Lynn would be sitting tasty paper.
But if that happens, then it's things that are meant to come up anyway, so it's bringing it up earlier, so it's great.
Be careful when you're working with a Moldavite, because at the end of the day, I honestly believe everybody's going to be affected, as Lynn says, going to be affected completely different, because we're all unique individuals. Lynn is super sensitive with crystals. I'm sensitive with them, but certainly not on the caliber of Lynn. Like Lynn is genuinely, she's my teacher with crystals, and it takes them a wee bit longer to get into me. And certainly we're an earthy type of person. I love the vibration of the earth energies. But I would say tell you that you're a completely unique individual, and same as Moldavite. And when you're working with them, respect yourself, that you are unique, and take on board what we're saying with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? We're speaking from our heart, we're speaking the truth, all our videos is all about what we've experienced, but there are experiences. We want you to experience your own path, your own journey, and know that we're here for you. The Moldavite is fantastic. We make elixirs and things like that with Moldavite and other gems. And all I would say to you is this, be very careful when you're buying them, because I say genuinely there's so many fakes out there. The energy is fantastic. Work with them when you're starting off. Maybe get a bit of black tourmaline to keep in one hand, a bit of Moldavite in the other. Do it gentle. Just experiment. Our channel is all about awakening and empowering you to become more spiritually aware, become more aware of the energies, your own higher self. Be more intuitive. So start off small, and it doesn't make a difference. Don't go for the largest piece, it's quite expensive, but in the same breath, a small piece of Moldavite, about the size of the pea. If you were to lie down in a nice room, nice and quiet, and place in your third eye, just between your eyes there, and see what happens. Have a notebook beside you and just observe the energies, but be wary of gradually starting to move up for more pieces, working with them. And the more you become with Moldavite, just like all of your crystals and minerals you have in your collection and your family, the more tuned you'll become with spirit. And I guarantee you, Moldavite, if you get a real genuine piece, you will not everybody's affected in different ways.
Oh, God, it really is. Yeah, I am. I'm always up in the clouds. I'm like really bubbly.
I'm more grounded and I'm more serious than you gather, smiling all the time, and I'm just sitting like this. But basically, I'm cool with it. I'm dead on with it. But I would find the following day, even with us working on this video with the Moldavite, tomorrow, I'm usually one day after working with the Moldavite, I start showing the signs of things from the past coming up, surfacing. bit of emotional turmoil.
It's amazing how it works, isn't it, on your emotions? It really does. It's quite a remarkable crystal because other crystals like that, like quartz and that, does not have that effect. Do you know, that actually gives you energy. And I'm not saying Moldavite doesn't give you energy, but it really works more on the emotion, doesn't it? It's good for circulation as well. Like, you know, and if you're somebody like me, I'm always cold. I really, really feel the cold. In the winter, I'm like, oh. But I find Moldavite is a warming crystal. It gets the circulation going as well. It's just remarkable, the properties of it. But again, it affects everybody in completely different ways. But very, very good as well what Sean said about writing down on notes. Keep a journal, crystal journal for all your crystals as well, especially with Moldavite, from when you first purchase it. And write every day on how you're feeling with the Moldavite, because it brings up so much stuff.
Everybody's books you're reading and we're reading, they say we've read enough of the books. There are other people's journals, there are other people's words, other people's experiences, and a lot of the books is copying other people's experiences and you're just changing the front cover of the book and the title of the author. But basically there's a lot of it just churning out the exact same stuff. And nobody's experimenting, nobody's actually trying to work with crystals and find out what they can really do and what they can't do. Cactites are the exact same. So guys, what we'll say to you is this: be very gentle with Moldavite. You can lie down, place in your third eye, you can hold it.
But definitely be careful with Moldavite when you start using it, because it is extremely powerful crystal. And again, like I said, if you're somebody who's not that sensitive to crystals, a lot of people say, oh, I don't really feel anything from crystals as such. But when they get Moldavite, my God, it can blow you away. And even if you're not, like some people find, oh, Moldavite, I don't feel anything from it. And then they'll have it on them for a few days. And they suddenly realise well, all these strange things are happening. And they're not putting it to the Moldavite at all. They think, God, I'm thinking about all these things that's happened to me years and years ago. And it's the Moldavite, that's what it does. It's such a powerful stone.
When you're working with crystals, and the more you're becoming more tuned with the vibration, the energy, the frequency of the crystals, the plants give off frequency, we give off frequency, vibration, everything in this planet is vibrating. And some things will resonate with you, other things will not. Some will get your shackles up, people, places, things, objects. Moldavite could be like that for you also. So as a friend of ours actually cannot be around Moldavite. If there's a piece of Moldavite in the room, it's almost like watching Superman with a bit of kryptonite.
Oh my God, it's totally spaced out.
Absolutely gone, you know what I mean? So be very wary of it. And we might sound as if we're trying to sensationalise this here, but the fact of the matter is we've been working with it long enough to realise that it is a high vibration stone. And we all have our own things in our past that we sort of handle. It's good to bring them to the surface again. It's good to work through things. But the thing we have found, and our friends have found about Moldavite, is it doesn't really give you much of a chance to work things through. It just grabs it by the scruff of the neck and it brings it up to the front.
And it works so fast, doesn't it?
Fast.
Once you've got your Moldavite, please go easy with it, as we've said. And of course, cleanse it when you get your Moldavite as well. Cleanse it in the normal way. That there's cleansing, which we've got the videos on as well. Check our videos out on cleansing crystals. And the rest is yours. And keep a journal to write about your experiences. And do not get Moldavite or work with Moldavite if you're not willing for change in your life, because this will bring so much change. If you're just like, oh, I like my life exactly as it is, and I know it's not perfect, I've got loads of issues I need to deal with, but I don't want to deal with them, don't get Moldavite, because
get a box of tissues, right?
Yeah, Moldavite will bring up things that they will only bring up things that need to be addressed. Like nothing bad will happen to you with Moldavite. No, so don't worry about that. It will only bring up things that need to be addressed or corrected anyway. And it's amazing, isn't it?
Sure, it's exactly right, because crystals in themselves will do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Because we'll work on a higher vibration. Moldavite, to say, I think it's an amazing stone. It's something that there's a lot of conflicting ideas of how it came about. Was it the meteor impact crashing in the earth, and of course it's spreading out and it's solidifying into this glass, this tactite, of course. Other ones are saying it's actually came from the moon and it's dropped down in the earth as it is now. I don't know, I wasn't there when it happened.
Well, maybe we was, you don't know, we could have been there 50 million years ago. I actually believe that we remember the beginning of civilization, by the way. It's just that we don't remember when we're in a human body, because we're remembering through this human body with a brain. But I believe that when we pass over, we remember everything. But hey, that's another video again.
Or here that may not have even happened yet. The meteorite may not even happened yet.
That's true, because past, present, and future, it's all happening at exactly the same time.
Yeah, well, so, listen guys, we'll get an idea for another video. Guys, listen, enjoy yourselves. If you haven't got a piece of Moldavite, we would recommend you to look out for a piece. They can be a bit expensive, so depending on your budget. Don't be going mad with them. In other words, you don't have to have a big piece. You know, size doesn't really matter.
That's so true. You can have a little tiny piece like this, whoops, the size of a dinky winky pea, or a big piece like this, but the energy can be just as powerful in a little tiny one.
You'd be surprised, because every single one of those pieces, all of them are on Moldavite. Just like if I had 10 quartzes, clear quartz sitting on this table, they're all still clear quartz, but if you hold one, you hold another. I might get a buzz from one, nothing from the other. It has nothing to do that they're not, there's something wrong with them. So they will all resonate with you in a different way because they're all completely unique. Same way you're unique.
Each piece is so individual. Like if you're lucky enough to get yourself into a crystal shop and actually go somewhere where there's a selection of Moldavite, you can actually pick each different piece up individually and feel how, because I've got 3 different ones here on my hand now, and each one is different. It has a different energy. They're all extremely powerful. So you can actually, you know which one is right for you, which
100%.
Moldavite.
Definitely. Don't force yourself into just buying something. I'm going slightly off here, but don't be going, when you're going into a crystal shop or anywhere, and on impulse, if somebody has only one piece of Moldavite, unless it resonates with you, unless it's calling for you, do you know what I mean? Genuinely, we have walked into crystal shops expecting to buy a crystal, and there was nothing there for it. Yet the shop has been fantastic. The crystals have been amazing in it, but there was just nothing there that resonated with you. So it's not a case of you just going out and buying a piece of Moldavite, not one piece of Moldavite working with you. It doesn't work that way. But if you get into the crystal shop, you hold your crystals, Lynn says, one at a time, see if it resonates. Don't be worried about if there's a hard sales pitch going on inside. Pick the piece. If it happens to be $20, happens to be $50, depending on your money, pick the piece that works with you.
The one that you're drawn to is the most important, isn't it?
Definitely.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative, and please leave your comments down below. Any questions you want to ask us, please go ahead. And thank you all so much for all your lovely comments so far.
Definitely, guys. Thank you.
And sending you loads of love as always.
Love and blessings from Ireland.
Loads of love from Ireland.
A bit of Moldavite energy today.